time where the movie started, facing at a photo they've taken. Space tree flying through the skies and petals happen everywhere.
Hi guys, today we find ourselves in San Antonio, Texas, one of the first missions built in San Antonio. It is called San Francisco de la Espada. When people talk about San Antonio, usually the first thing that comes to mind is the Alamo, but there's 4 other missions that are just as important as the Alamo. When these missions in San Antonio were far more than just churches, they were communities. Each one was a fortified village. They had a church, a farm. This particular mission was the first mission in San Antonio, built in 1671. It was not here at this place. It was transferred here in the early 1700s. And we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that now. Hi. That's my dear mother who has come with me on this adventure. What do you have to say about this adventure, Mom?
It's hot.
It is very hot here in San Antonio, so we're gonna make this quick as possible. So to the left of us here, we see the church. We're gonna be going there in a minute, but just imagine how this was an entire village with animals and farms and everything that people needed to survive in those days. Let's take a quick look. Let's keep going. Hi guys, right now we find ourselves in Mission San Juan. This mission was originally founded in 1716 in eastern Texas and was transferred to its present location in 1756. This is, of all of the missions in San Antonio, this is the one that is the least well kept. And one of the things that I forgot to mention to you guys is that these four out of the 5 missions in 2015 were commissioned to be part of the UNESCO Heritage Site. The only one that is not part of this is the Alamo, which is actually owned by the state of Texas. So let's take a quick look around. I hope you guys enjoy. Guys, I want you to imagine 1731, and I want you to imagine this place full of people, native Indians making tools, learning trades that were taught to them, new trades that were taught to them by the Spanish. It's almost impossible when you see this grassy area, pretty bare. It's almost impossible to be able to imagine, but if you think about the history that you learned in school, you can almost picture it. You can almost picture, if you close your eyes, at least that's how I do it. If you close your eyes and picture the commotion that would have been here, the farming, it was a self-sustained community of people living in harmony until clearly this land was taken from them. But it is still an awesome and amazing piece of history, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little tour of this mission, Misión San Juan. Hi guys, now we find ourselves at Misión San Jose. This mission was known as the Queen of the Missions here in San Antonio. It was built in its present day location it started construction in 1758 and concluded in 1785. Again, this is Mission San Jose, and we're gonna take a quick look around the Queen of the Mission. I think that right here we can get a better idea of how people in this mission use it. Now guys, I think that here we could probably visualize a little bit better how it is that people lived side by side in those times. I gotta say guys that it is so hot. I think my fat is finally melting. And now we find ourselves at Misión Concepción. This is the last mission before reaching the Alamo. Now this mission was dedicated in 1755, and as of today it stands as the oldest unrestored church in America. Again, one thing that I probably forgot to mention is that entrance to all of these missions is absolutely free. Obviously, donations are very much appreciated, as it is how they are able to maintain the grounds of the church. Let's take a quick... if you guys come to San Antonio, I want to plead with you to please come and visit these missions, because they truly are a part of history that not a lot of people know about, and you're really missing out on the beautiful architecture, the history of Texas, previously known as Mexico. And it's just really a truly amazing sight to see. I hope you guys enjoy coming here and going out of your way. There's not a lot of people, so the only thing I can tell you is that if you come in the summer, bring a fan, bring something, because I am literally melting. We have finally reached the Alamo, the most important, or one of the most important missions in the Mission Mile. We're going to talk a little bit about its history, and actually its history kind of began in 1821 when Mexico gained its independence from Spain. Now at that point, Texas was a part of Mexico, and what happened was that there wasn't a big population in Texas. There was maybe about 3,000 people who lived in Texas at the time. Mexico then allowed immigrants to come into Texas, and the population suddenly grew to 30,000. Now, these immigrants were part of a revolution because they didn't want to be colonized by the states. So they remained here for a while, and then in 1836, a revolution began against the Mexicans, primarily President Santa Anna, and the Texians who were living here at the time, who wanted Texas for themselves and wanted Texas to be its own republic. Now, in February 23rd, 1836, was the beginning of the battle here at the Alamo. This is when President Santa Anna sent over 6,000, approximately 6,000 military personnel to come and take over the Alamo. There were only 200 people inside of the Alamo, and this battle lasted 13 days. So for the first 12 nights, there was constant battle, constant explosion of cannons, and on the 13th night, finally there was a ceasefire, but it was actually a trick from Santa Anna. So what his military did was that they secretly and quietly encroached upon the Alamo, but in the excitement, they did this obviously to catch him off guard, but in the excitement, the Mexican soldiers began screaming "Viva Santa Anna," which suddenly woke up the people that were inside the Alamo, and that was the beginning of the end. The battle to take over the Alamo lasted only 90 minutes. Now, it ended March 6, 1836. A few months after that, General Sam Houston battled Santa Anna again on the San Jacinto River. At that point, Sam Houston won, and Santa Anna was forced to accept that Texas was its own republic. Now, Texas continued to be its own republic until 1845, which is when they finally decided to join the Union of the United States. So that's just a little bit of history for you. I hope you enjoyed my mission tour. So it looks like even though we can't actually go into the part of the church because we needed the time entry, we can the time entry ticket, we can actually go around the grounds. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit of that now.
Or maybe that.
Guys, we've reached the end of our Mission Mile tour. If you like this video and you enjoyed the little bit of history that was brought to you, please like and subscribe to this video, and hopefully I'll be making more videos soon.
Sometimes we forget why we're here. It's easy to fall off track. These help us remember.